Hey, how's it going? This is Jason Delgado. This is not necessarily the re-up, just me kind of talking. It's early in the morning on Monday. Last night I was busy doing work stuff, who cares, but missed the Oscars and didn't find out till late at night what had happened with Will Smith. And if you don't know, here's what happened.
どうなんでしょうか。
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
Thi- Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったん
out
で
your
す。
fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
And I just was really bothered by it. You know, last night, this morning, still thinking about it. I just don't like that. I think what he did was wrong. I think it sets a precedent that is wrong. And I feel like him having no repercussions kind of means that the world has just made that okay. And look, I'm not dumb or naive and gonna get off on a little rant here, but like, what Will Smith did was wrong. Like it was beta, it was low energy, and it was based on things like that were just bad for him, bad for the culture, and it really bothered me, you know, just because it sets the precedent that if somebody says something you don't like in a public place, you could smack them. And look, I'm not naive. Like, I grew up in the Bronx, yo. I know that we live in a world where for some people, you just don't play with certain things. You don't play with the wife. You don't play with the kids. If you're around in a place and somebody is in a way you don't know and gets comfortable in a way, there are people who just don't take that and just don't play like that. And you got to live in a world like that. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. At least how I grew up and how I see it in the world. Some things you just don't play with certain people. But when you're Will Smith, you got to be above that. When you're in a public place, like when you go to a forum, to a show, to enjoy space, there's a certain decorum and a way that you behave that I think, whether you feel butthurt about a topic or not, you don't go and smack people in public. You just don't do that. You know what I mean? Not in that type of environment. Not anywhere. But if like they're at a bar and somebody's like, your wife's a dumb whatever, I mean, hey man, this is the world we live in. Don't get cute some places. But we're at the Oscars, man. You're supposed to be above this. You're supposed to be in a place where we understand there's gonna be some things being said. And really, I want to just say that I really think this has been just harbored anger. First off, Will Smith was laughing before he looked over at Jada, and then he saw Jada was mad, and then he jumped to it. Plus, this happened earlier, years ago, with Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Delivering jokes that were both hilarious and poignant, like this one, where he called out Jada Pinkett Smith for boycotting the show.
Is she on a TV show? Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad. She said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. Yeah, you're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West, okay?
So I think that on top of what was being said, on top of, I guess Jada was public about this thing being an issue with her hair that's medical and she felt weird about it. I don't know, man. You just don't do that kind of thing, man. It's just a bad look and it just makes a precedent. That, you know, and as a comic, I think it bothers me because it means that, like, yo, you make a joke about something, they can come up and smack you. It's like, yo, Will Smith did it. And he's out here talking about all this love and preaching positivity, and it falls on deaf ears. You know, it really does, because it shows that at the end of the day, you succumb to violence in the most public way. Because it wasn't like, if he felt disrespected in a way, he wanted to make a public scene of that. This wasn't a move of someone trying to, like, seek justice or to say, like, hey, don't say that stuff about my wife. It's not cool. It was somebody who felt embarrassed and needed to exert that embarrassment through some type of public violence. And Chris Rock is a little dude compared to Will Smith. And, you know, and he took it like a class act champ, man. Took the hit and rolled on because he knew that the Oscar that was coming was for documentary or whoever was going to get it, and that this was their special moment. And he didn't want, the show must go on. And he knew this guy was doing some chump, you know, garbage with this smack and then walk away like some kind of diva. It was disgusting. And now, as a comic, you know, you think, I had a friend recently who went to a show and this girl just jumped on stage and started attacking. It sets a bad precedent. And for us to do nothing, for us to just let him keep the Oscar and be like, yo, oh, cool. And Chris Rock doesn't press charges, class act, man. Give it up to Chris Rock. But, man, that Will Smith, that's low energy, man. It sends the wrong message, you know. It's like, I know people make mistakes and people get heated about stuff. But, bro, you decide to stand up in public, walk the catwalk and smack a brother in the face. Like, come on, man. You knew what you were doing. You knew that was a public display of some type of, like, diva exertion. You know, you were up for your Oscar and you felt a certain way. And I feel like, man, for no public apology, for no, like, instantaneous whatever, to just be about, I'm all about love and preaching positivity, man. And then for them to not do anything for you or to you, that means it's open, man. I saw a tweet somewhere that somebody said, I'm afraid for all open micers now. And it's true, man. Because now you don't know, man. They could come at you because Will Smith did it. I think it's wrong. You know, I think that there's a masculinity that's certain, like, yo, defend your woman. Nobody's going to say something about your woman. But not at Will Smith's level. If you're at a bar, you're at a public place, or you're in a situation where something's uncalled for that extends the way. There's a G.I. Jane joke about her not having hair. Do that to walk the catwalk and pull a diva smack. I just thought it was bad. Bad look for him, bad for the culture, bad for just people in general, bad for comics, man. I mean, Chris Rock's going to have great material, but, like, this idea that, like, yeah, let him try that with Dave Chappelle. It's like, what, we got boxing matches now? We need to put Will Smith in his place regarding this thing. Like, people could think it's funny or this, that, and the third because of whatever, street justice, but nah, that's low energy. That's not how you do it. Like, out in the streets or out in public, that happens, but, like, in public forums, when you're going to a comedy show, you're going to a show, and you know there's going to be rabble-rousing, you got to just accept that and just be like, hey, I'm part of the show. I paid the ticket. We can't normalize this violence whenever I feel butthurt because, you know, it's just wrong. I don't know. It bothers me, and I had to say something about it. But I don't know. How do you guys feel? How do you gals feel? How do you anybody feel? Just let me know. Speak in the comments. You know, like, dislike, subscribe, however. I just felt like, man, I don't know. For me, what Will Smith was wrong, what did was wrong. It sends the wrong message, and it's just, I had to speak on it. Because it's like, as a comic, as someone who sees other comics, you know, who play games with people, and they go like, hey, look at this dummy. And that guy could just jump up and punch him and be like, Will Smith! That's wrong, man. It's wrong. I don't like it, and something needs to be done. So, thank you so much for listening. This was a fun rant, and enjoy the rest of your week.